Hey, Terri Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, owner of PutYourselfFirst.com. Welcome to this next uh, post on a decade for change. And it's interesting, just thinking back this past decade, there's another celebration that's going on. I know we've been honoring a lot of the things that Terri Tinsley did, not only changing my life, but the lives of animals alike over the past decade. And one of the celebrations that came across my off of Facebook post from a dear friend. Now I don't live in Fort Atkinson anymore. I still have my house there, but I'm not residing there. But they are celebrating as of today, as of this recording, 10 years of the dog park, the Terri Tinsley dog exercise area. It's called Bicentennial Park. And I got to tell you about this park because it's pretty darn amazing. Now, back in 2003, I think Terri was in on the committee. I don't know what her role was. Like I said, she did a lot of things that I really sometimes didn't know how involved she was in projects and stuff like that. But I remember her friend Jody Wolfram and a few other people working with the Parks Department. And I remember Terri putting together some sort of video that can run on cable access channel to help raise funds for this dog park. And so it did come to fruition, but I know that there was a Parks Committee that was put together, and the County Parks Committee was not in favor of doing a dog park. There was like one lone person, Joe Namer, from the County Parks Department, and even my discussion with him, it was fighting tooth and nail to try and have this happen. And we had dog parks in Milwaukee and in Madison, Wisconsin, and Fort Atkinson is about halfway between. Not quite, but about halfway between the two, but no dog parks anywhere there. So if people wanted to go to a dog park, or walk their dogs, just to go off leash and stuff like that, you basically had to drive, 45 minutes to an hour to get there. So this project came to fruition, and a group of people came and vowed to raise enough money to make the project happen. I don't know, don't quote me on this. I don't know if the committee didn't want to raise the funds or whatever, but basically the community stepped up and raised over the amount that was needed. So the park was was created, and I remember Terri and I going there the very first time, and some lady doing a kind of, I think we were just there, but she was writing for a paper and ended up stopping and interviewing Terri. I don't know if she knew that Terri was involved in helping with that project, but the park was great. It was a small area, but it was very, very nice, and it was a great place to just. It wasn't just for dogs; it was people, and what you would see were just pockets of people just connecting and talking and sharing. Sure, you saw people walking around the track on their own, but more often than not, you came across groups of people and their dogs playing and stuff like that. So if you've never gone to a dog park, you got to do it because it's just amazing. Even if you don't own a dog, just to kind of sit in the area, just awesome. So with donation from the memorial after Terri had passed away, and I don't even remember how far it was until how many months had passed when it just hit me. Let's have this happen and donate this money to a really good cause. They expanded the park. The park now is like 109 acres, absolutely huge. And so for those of you that don't know, if you're ever going through Wisconsin, it's on Highway 26, just outside of Johnson Creek, or just, it's considered Johnson Creek. Google it. You can Google Terri Tinsley Dog Park, dog exercise area, and you'll come across it. And it's just incredible. There's pumps for water. There's big areas, wooded areas and pine areas, and just different, hills, and there's even a different section for smaller dogs, because sometimes smaller dogs are a little bit more, a little bit intimidated. So there's a whole another park section for those. Then there's another area where Terri's benches, but it's like 3 miles worth of trails. And one thing I didn't know, that article that Carol Infalt had posted from the Jefferson Daily Union newspaper, one thing I didn't know, in 2010, Dog Fancy magazine rated that dog park in the top 40 in the nation, U.S., and number 1 in Wisconsin. That's how fabulous this park is. It didn't start that way, but it, after some donations, and they constantly get contributions each year, and there's a licensing, park license fee or park license tags, whatever, that contribute to that. They're just growing. There's picnic tables. There's a shelter. There's bathrooms, that people can use. So it's just really a great way that people can spend the time. And I'm so honored to be a part of this, and congratulations out to Jefferson County and the 10 years for this dog park. Just amazing. It is the number 1 most used park in the county. And so really crazy with the committee that was kind of skeptical about the system and even making that happen, kind of ate their words. And they're kind of like, oh my gosh. And so it's just an amazing thing. So if you ever get through there, stop by and take your dogs, or even if you don't have dogs, just take the time and go there. Anyway, happy 10 years, Terri Tinsley Exercise Area. And hey, we'll see you next time.